Hello. It's been a minute since I've hopped on, but today I wanted to talk about getting my tonsils out at 43. Ooh, we're stuttery. Okay. Anyways, so last year I got really bad tonsillitis. And as a kid, I got strep throat all the time. Um, and I could have sworn, and my mom could have sworn too, that I got my tonsils out. But, anyways, I had tonsils to remove, so possibly they grew back. I don't know. But so I had strep throat a lot as a kid, but as an adult, I haven't experienced a ton of sore throat issues. But I had a really bad case of tonsillitis, and kind of gross, but I experienced tonsil stones, which is an indication of some sort of yuck being in your throat. So talking to this ENT, um, after I went to urgent care and got on antibiotics for the tonsillitis, I had a follow up appointment with an ENT, and he seemed like he knew what he was talking about. So I was like, yeah, okay, you're convincing me. I'll get my tonsils out. It sounds like it shouldn't be an issue. Um, Now I've had two septoplasties to fix a deviated septum and eliminate some turbinates, and neither one of those surgeries went well. So I probably should have just been like, nah, I'm good. Um, but again, he seemed like he knew what he was talking about, and that I absolutely needed to get this done. Uh, should have got a second opinion, but it is what it is. Anyways, so I got my tonsils out, and everything seemed fine. And I was sort of out of it when he was talking to me about how everything went, coming out of anesthesia and being that we're still in COVID when this happened. Um, I was by myself because they weren't letting people come back with you. So, anyways, um, he made it seem like everything was good, and he was very adamant that there was no need for a follow up visit. Um, I should have asked him how often he does this procedure on people of my vintage, but I didn't because, again, it felt like he knew what he was talking about. So, anyways, it took me several weeks to get back to my baseline. And in those weeks, my son gave me a cold. So for like one day, my throat just felt like it was on fire the entire time. Um, and then also, I understand when you get your tonsils out, you should not cough. You should not cough. You should not clear. You need to just hold all those reactions back and just let it all just be gross and congealed. And that was really hard for me. But uh, from the get go, I had an uncontrollable cough. I could not cough. At times, that cough was so vigorous that um, it was followed by me needing to run to the bathroom because it triggered my gag reflex. And it was terrible. It really was. Uh, I probably would not get the surgery again, knowing what I know now. Everything was very slow to heal. Um, my whole top of my mouth was bruised. I could probably throw in some pictures um, at some point, but it was bruised, it was swollen, it was so uncomfortable, and it really did take me like at least 3 weeks to heal. And afterwards, I was following up with other doctors for different things like a sleep study and just checking in because I hadn't seen a primary care physician for, since COVID happened. And they were all shocked. unprompted, shocked that at 43, I had just been like, yeah, let's do this. Because apparently, as you get older, things like that become less necessary. And, the road to recovery is a bit longer. So I am finally at a place where I don't have to carry gum with me all the time. And I think I'm 2 months out at this point. 2 months. There was, probably every day, if not multiple times a day, moments when I would, without warning, just have an uncontrollable coughing fit. I could not predict when it was going to happen, and I could not stop, and it was forceful, like against my will, strong ass coughs that would again go so far as to trigger my gag reflex. So when you're in a store, like Target, doing your little shopping, and you suddenly start coughing as hard as you possibly can, just randomly, in this day and age, people give you a bit of that side eye. Like, you okay? You got that Rona? And the only thing I found that could help, not water, not drinking anything, was chewing gum. So I would be frantically digging through my backpack purse, scurrying at the bottom, trying to find that gum that I had. Anyways, I followed up with the doctor once via phone just to make sure that my result came back not cancerous, because I had a terrible dream that they had found cancer in my tonsils. And I was maybe a week into it, so I wasn't aware of the road I was going to travel down. Or I probably would have asked a few more questions and been a little bit more like, bruh, do you need to retire? Should you still be giving medical advice? But I'm a little jaded because it was not a good experience. Hopefully I never need another surgery, because so far none of them have done me right. But I mean, I understand that like what I experienced is minimal compared to a lot of the medical things that people go through. So I'm not trying to be like, look at me and all this that I went through. I'm just sharing my experience with the humility that I understand it could be so many other things, right? I get that. So I said all that to say this, like, if you were in your 40s and a doctor says you need your tonsils out, I would possibly go get a second and third opinion. Because I would not wish this on anybody. Like, I'm finally at least 2 months out, able to go a day without having an incredible coughing fit, or just constantly feeling like there's a gathering happening in my throat. So that's all I got today. Oh, so when I started the idea that I would just make some vlogs for myself, and maybe on occasion one of y'all would pop in and be like, nope, oops. I wanted to talk about one person every video that has improved my life. And I did that the first time, talking about Allie Ward and her ologies and all the people that helped that be. Love Allie Ward, love her ologies. I just finished The Book of Delights by Ross Gay, I believe is his name. And I listened to the audiobook. Ross Gay, The Book of Delights. It's just like a year of him talking about delights. And it took me a little bit to get through it, because I listened to it steadily for the times that I had to listen to it for about a week. And then, I tend to get distracted and forget that I was doing a thing. And so I finally remembered today, like, I want to finish that book. And I did. And props to Ross Gay for being just completely vulnerable and open on just about every damn topic there is. Um, he's one of those kinds that shines his light so that others around him may shine as well, right? Some of the things that he talked about, I was like, oh wait, okay, this is okay. We can, all right, dude. Okay, let's do this then. So, anyways, thank you for sharing your book of delights with the world, sir. You have made me better for it. Probably many other people as well. All right, that's all I got. I hope you got something out of that. Hope you're having a good day. You are warm, safe, and well. And I'll see you whenever I get inspired to hop on here again.